I always believed that love was built on trust, on an unspoken promise to protect each other's hearts. But all of that shattered the day I discovered the betrayal that would change my life forever. My name is David Carter, and for 10 years I was married to the woman I thought was my soulmate. Emily and I had what seemed like a perfect marriage, or so I thought. It all started with subtle changes. Emily became distant, her laughter less frequent, her touch colder. She stayed late at work more often than usual, brushing off my concerns with tired excuses. Just a big project, she'd say, her eyes avoiding mine. I wanted to believe her. I truly did. But the nagging feeling in my gut refused to settle. One evening, when she claimed she had another late meeting, I found myself consumed by a desperate need to know the truth. Against my better judgment, I drove to her office. As I sat in my car, watching employees exit the building one by one, my heart pounded. Then I saw them, Emily and her coworker Alex, walking out together. Their body language spoke volumes. The stolen glances, the way his hand lingered on the small of her back, it was all I needed to confirm my worst fears. I confronted her that night. At first, she denied everything. But as I laid out the evidence, the text messages I had found, the receipts for dinners I had never attended, her facade crumbled. She wept, begged for forgiveness, swore it was a mistake. But I couldn't unsee what I had seen. So I made the hardest decision of my life. I filed for divorce. Divorce is never easy, but when it comes as a result of betrayal, it cuts deeper. The love I had for Emily turned into a painful ache, a wound that refused to heal. The process was brutal, dividing assets, severing emotional ties, explaining to family and friends why our marriage was ending. She moved in with Alex shortly after I left. I focused on rebuilding my life, finding solace in the gym, in long walks, in the company of close friends who reminded me that life wasn't over. But despite my best efforts, the pain lingered. Nights were the hardest when memories of our laughter, our dreams, our once shared future haunted me. Then something unexpected happened. News of Emily's struggles started to reach me through mutual friends. The fairy tale she had envisioned with Alex was crumbling. He wasn't the charming coworker she had risked everything for. He was controlling, possessive, and unfaithful himself. Karma had arrived, swift and unforgiving. At first, I felt nothing but indifference when I heard about her troubles. But then, as more details emerged, a part of me couldn't help but feel a twisted sense of justice. She had left me for a man who had now abandoned her in the same way she had abandoned our marriage. She lost her job when word got out about their affair. Workplace rumors spread and professionalism crumbled. Alex moved on, leaving her in an empty apartment she could barely afford. The woman who once betrayed me now found herself alone, struggling to make ends meet. One day she called me. Her voice was hesitant, broken. David, I don't know who else to turn to. I listened, but felt no obligation to save her. I had already spent a decade loving a woman who had tossed that love aside for momentary passion. Still, a small part of me, the part that had once cared deeply, felt sympathy. I met someone new, Sophia. She was kind, understanding, and everything Emily had failed to be. With her, love felt effortless, free of deception and uncertainty. For the first time in years, I felt at peace. Emily, on the other hand, continued to struggle. She regretted her choices, but regrets couldn't change the past. Life had moved forward, and so had I. And in the end, I realized something important. Revenge wasn't necessary. The universe had taken care of it for me. Subscribe to this channel for more stories.